Hey everybody, welcome. So this is my first video I'm doing. It's going to be a show and tell on my buck collection. And here we go. So I want to start off with the 722. And the 722 is interesting knife. I love this knife. I bought this black one first. It's black anodized aluminum, and I've got the red liner in there. And this one actually, let me see if I can do it right. So, yeah, this one's broken in so well that it just flips right out. I really like that. That's all of my bucks are tools. I love them. I use them, as you can see. This is all beaten and used up, and I do not sharpen the blade to the point of where it wears away. I just put it on a leather strop every now and again, trying to keep its razor's edge. When I want this to look gorgeous again, I will send it to Buck and I will have them polish it up real nice for me, as they do. And yeah, so this is the one, my first 722, and I gave this one to my son, so that is his knife now. And then I replaced it with this 722, and this time it's not as broken in, so I have to use my thumb to open it up. This time I bought the serrated edge. So this is a pocket carry it often, and use it all the time. It's not as used and abused as this one, but it has seen some days. I also use this one to throw at trees, and then the spring broke because I'm not a very good thrower. So I hit the side and the back and everything except for the tip of the blade all the time. And when the spring broke, I sent it back into Buck and I told them what happened, and they said that they'd fix it for free because that's what they do. They're a great company. They stood by their word. I busted the knife in use. And it wasn't really proper use, but they fixed it for free, polished it all up, and sent it back to me. Another reason why this one looks so good is because they had it and they polished it up again. And they told me not to throw it at trees anymore, so I stopped throwing it at trees. And I got a couple of fixed blades from another company that we'll talk about in a different video, and I throw those at trees now. Okay. Now, this is just a show and tell video. I might have a couple specs, but basically it's just a show and tell video. I really enjoy the show and tell videos that other people put out. That's why I'm putting out this one, because I actually like to watch other people's. So this is the first of the, let's say, the belt wear bucks that I bought. And I bought it, it's from the custom shop. I told them what I wanted, had it made, and it is beautiful. Again, these are tools. They are not to be worshipped. They're not for the guy after me. I didn't buy them to resell them. I really don't care what happens to the next guy when he has it in his possession, or girl, whatever. But what I do care about is that I use it and I have fun with it and I do what I want with it. So these get used. They're all, as you can see, the blade's a little scratched up. The bolsters are a little scratched up. I've dropped this one a couple times. It is tough as nails. It's from the custom shop. Got a little something there stuck in the edge there. I just love the fit and feel. It's wonderful. It feels great. Just a fantastic 112. This one is so personal. I just love this one. This is my first, like I said, of the belt series. I call it the belt series. I wear these on my belt as opposed to the pocket series. This has the walnut, the nickel bolsters, and I just love it. I always go with the, what is it? The 420 HC stainless steel in satin. That's what I like. So these all kind of have that except for this guy right here. And yeah. So that's the first Ranger, the 112 Ranger. If you don't know the story about the 112 Ranger, what happened was there was a ship in San Diego and somebody had a buck 110. They used it on another sailor. One sailor used its buck on another sailor, And so the orders came down. You could not have a blade 4 inches. And so the response from Buck was to create the 112. And they called it the Ranger. I believe that's the ship that was in San Diego at the time. Whether it was the ship where the incident happened or not, I am not certain. And that's a basic history on that. So this is the Buck 112 Auto Elite. I could not pass this up, man. Black and silver. It's got the rivets. You know, when I order the customs, and I've ordered 3 customs now. I've got 2 in my possession. The other one's on the way, but I go without the rivets. I like that look so much better. And so when I have the choice, I go without the rivets. But it's not like I hate the rivets or anything like that. So the Auto Elite has these beautiful silver looking rivets. I guess they're nickel, whatever. And the G10 scales, which are, it's a wonderful feel, the G10. But that right there, that's the reason for the Auto Elite. I can't tell you how many hundreds of times. You just sit here and play with this. This is one of the best fidget toys I've ever owned. I just love to flip that baby. Just, so much, so beautiful. So this one is got the S30V steel. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right in there, S30V steel. Again, it is used and abused. No Garage Queens in my collection. If you are in my collection, you are going to get pocket time. You are going to get used. You are not going to be worshipped. When it is, look at that nice grooves right there from using it. When it's time for it to look beautiful, I will send it to Buck. They will polish it up. It'll look like brand new. They do a great job when you send in the knives. I think on the customs, I kind of got a lifetime warranty on that. They'll do that for free. I think to send these in, it's not that much to get your normal Buck all polished up and done real nice. They do a real good job. When I used to throw I can't remember if I was just telling the story, but because this is the second take on this video. But I used to throw this one at trees, and I busted it, and then they sent it back all perfect. So even on the 722, this is a $35 knife. They still take the time to do it right and send you back your Buck all nice and pretty, if that's your thing, to have your Bucks all nice and pretty. I think they're pretty anyway, especially after being used. You see all these cases are used up. This is the newest one. It does not have as much pocket time. It's about a week old. It will look as used as these guys eventually, but we'll get there, you know? Everybody gets pocket time. This one, my first Buck 110. Can you believe that? My very first Buck 110. I got the custom shop done. I just didn't want to waste any time with it. I figured, go for it, buddy. So I got the elk handles, the silver bolsters, the finger grips. I could not be happier when this came brand new in the box. It was like, so beautiful. And of course, I've used and abused it because it is a tool. It is not to be worshipped. It is to be used. You can see the tip is all, I stabbed a bucket so I could do some work on it, carve something out. Just love it. I use this thing all the time, as you can tell. The elk grooves fit perfectly in the hand. This is just a winner. I love this knife. I love this knife. This thing is great. Okay, then recently I figured since I'm starting this wonderful little Buck collection, I might as well get the classic 110 from Walmart. So just recently I went to Walmart, specifically wanted to get it from Walmart just because, and I got the classic 110 with the ebony scales and the brass bolsters, and this thing is razor sharp, again with the 420 HC stainless, you know, all the specs, the regular stuff, 3 and a, what is that? I'm looking at the 420 steel, 3 and 3.75 tip to grind right there, 7.2 ounces in weight. I love that. You know, everybody's trying to lighten up their knives, make it easier to carry around. But one of the things I love about the Buck is how heavy it is. That is just right. It feels great in the hand. You can really do some work with it. Just love carving with it. Love doing stuff. This one is prettier than the other ones because I haven't had it as long. I will ugly it up through time and use. I guarantee that. It is, I've only been wearing it for about a week. So it still has very pretty face to it. Again, I could always polish these up when I want to. They're still shiny. They're not that dull yellow yet. They will be. They'll break in. And I could always send it to Buck to have them polish it up and make it look perfect. On all of my knives except for this one, because the Auto Elite they make with the S30 V steel, the rest of them all have the 420 HC stainless in the satin finish, which is, in my opinion, perfection. I love it. No problems. Use it all the time. No complaints. I think it's fantastic. Okay. Finally, at the end of the line, we have this buck. Now, this is interesting because, again, one day I was in Walmart just checking things out, and I came across this knife, and my thumb's all chewed up there from doing stuff. Came across this knife, and I haven't seen this out there since. I must have got some kind of a prototype or something for when they were going to go with all the lights and whatever they were doing when they started making all the light models. This one does not have any pocket clip screw holes, and it is a lighter model, and I haven't seen this pattern available either. So I lucked out. It was only $10 at Walmart. It's got the same blade as these guys, except for this one, of course, but these three, it's got the same 420 steel, satin finish, and it is a great light tool. I use this when I go fishing. Mainly, that's what I've used it for, is fishing. So it doesn't have all the scratches and the use from carving wood and digging into things like my other tools do, because I enjoy these so much. This doesn't get as much pocket time. I am kind of a snob in the plastic, it's more like throwing in when you go fishing or something like that. But, and also with the nylon sheath as opposed to leather sheath when you're around the water, that makes a lot more sense to me. So that's the only use, I think, for the nylon sheet, because I really dig the leather sheets. I love the feel of them on the belt. I love snapping that open, snapping it closed. Dig this one with the silver. Anyway, so that's basically the Buck collection at the moment. I have 2 on order. One more custom, which is going to look not exactly, but it's going to look very much like this, and it's a 110 finger grooves, nickel bolsters, but this time I'm having the Water Buffalo. So it'll be smooth. As you can see, this one has some contours, which I really love. It'll be smooth and it'll be black. It'll be the brother or sister, whatever you're gonna call it, of this one. And I can't wait to get it in my hands and start uglying it up. Yeah, baby. I do not worship these things. I love them. I use them, but I do not worship them. They are tools. And as far as the next guy who gets them after me once I pass, probably be my son. If he wants to make them all pretty, he can send them into Buck, or maybe I'll have sent them in at that time. But they're tools. They should be used. Anyway, so this was just a show and tell video. Not much information, just the whole show and tell thing. And it's my first video, so you'll have to excuse me if I got something wrong, or if long-winded, whatever. This is my first video I'm gonna, to start the channel with, and there will be more. I have several other companies that I collect. I like Benchmade, I like Essie, I like Victorinox, and then I got a couple other Scrabblers in there. Okay, so that's it. That's my show and tell on the current Buck collection. They're all folders. I don't have the... One day I'll have a 119. How can you have a Buck collection without a 119? Well, apparently I do, but that will change. So one day I'll have the 119 sitting up here instead of the ruler. And until that time, Thank you for watching. I enjoy all of your show and tell videos so much. We collect knives because they're beautiful. I use them because they're tools. I know a lot of people, they would just buy them and not use them, and I don't understand that. I don't get that. Someday this will look just as beat up as all these guys, like someday soon. I love these knives. Okay, so there it is, my buck collection, my show and tell. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.